Hi, what is up, fellow accountant, and welcome to the Accounting Girl. If you're new here, hi, my name is Garabo, and if you're a returning subscriber, it is lovely to have you back for another video. Before we get into today's video, please make sure that you subscribe to my channel. I'm almost at 8,000 subscribers. I'm so excited, so please make sure that you subscribe and like the video and leave a comment if you care. So let's get into the video. In today's video, we're going to be focusing on how you can still become a chartered accountant if you haven't done your BCom in finance. So I know that there are a lot of people who are doing like diplomas, a 3-year diploma in accounting, and I've had so many people actually reach out to me on TikTok, which is crazy, and it actually opened my eyes to a different route that you can take. Let's say if you're not doing a degree that is, you know, going to get you straight into your CTA. So at UJ, they have this bridging course after your 3-year degree, of course. It's called a BCTA, and essentially what a BCTA is, it's a bridging program to help you get into your CTA. Now, BCTA is essentially the 3rd year of your BCom accounting degree. So all the core modules that you would be doing in your 3rd year, and the modules that you're going to be doing in your CTAs and when you write your ITC, APC, all of that, the core things, the major stuff, those are the things that are that program essentially comprises of. And you actually, it's like getting to redo your 3rd year modules, but without you actually maybe having the degree. So let's say if you're someone who has done a diploma, but you need to make sure that when you do this, you pass all modules in one sitting, which is, it's typical and it's granted. If you have any information about CTAs, you know that you need to pass every core module in order for you to pass your CTA. So essentially it's the same thing. I think the requirements are like 55%, if I'm correct, in whatever qualification you were doing before. But the qualification that you were doing before has to be finance related. So it could be a BCom in management accounting, it could be a BCom in tax auditing, but it has to be BCom related. It cannot be anything else. It has to be accounting related, actually. It cannot be anything else. You can't move from a BA and then come do a BCTA. There's no logic behind that, but if you get what I'm trying to say. Another thing is that it takes a year, right? So it's a year program. You need to make sure you pass it. I think you can only fail this program once. You can't fail this program twice. If you fail this program twice, they don't take you in again. You have to go to another institution. And I'm sure you're asking yourself, which other institution actually comprises of the same program? The only other institution I know of that has a very similar structured program is UNISA. And at UNISA, it's actually called CTA 1, which is I think it's a certificate in accounting. I think that's the name of it, but it's called CTA 1 and comprises of all the 3rd year modules that a BCom accounting sciences majoring in finance would have, which will make you eligible for getting into CTA 2, which is the main CTA that everyone wants to write before you can go do your traineeship and all of that. Now, the nice thing about these bridging programs is that, let's say you have completed your degree, right? You're doing your actual psycho-accredited BCom degree and you're in your final year, but you didn't actually do well enough to get straight into your CTA. So the next thing you would do is think, okay, how else will I be able to still become a chartered accountant without having to, I don't know, I guess, because I know with a degree, if you've passed your final year, they don't allow you to come back to repeat. The best thing you can do is do those modules for non-degree purposes, and I'm not so sure if with accounting you can do that. So if you did not do well in your final year and you did not do well enough to get into your CTAs, I would suggest you do this program, because this program is you redoing your 3rd year modules all over again, but in a program that makes sense, where you know that, okay, if I do this, I'll still be able to do my CTAs, yada 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 yada, the works and the perks. So essentially that is a route that you can take for if you have a diploma or you have something else, or everything that I have just mentioned will still lead you to become a chartered accountant. But I will say this again and again and again and again and again and again. You need to make sure that you pass all 5 modules in the same sitting. You cannot fail this more than once. Even with CTA, I think they only give you 1 chance to fail. You can't fail more than that. That's just the reality of it. And you need to do well, because I always say that you're always competing against people who are doing really, really well. So you need to prove yourself even to your training office that, listen, I'm worth it. Yes, I didn't do well, but this is my situation. Or yes, I have a degree in management accounting or tax or auditing, but I'm just as good as someone who has done finance throughout. So you really need to always work hard and study and just push yourself, to the limits, because I think that with accounting, it really requires you to do more than what more is expected of you, if you get what I'm saying. So yeah, essentially that's just the route. You can just do your BCTA, or you can do your CTA 1 at UNISA. I don't know if other institutions have a similar thing that you can do, but yeah, I hope my video was extremely helpful for anyone who's looking into doing a CTA or BCTA, or whether you want to become a chartered accountant but you did not do finance. And I hope it really helps you and just gives you more knowledge on what you need to do. And that's it from me. I hope you really enjoyed this video in as much as I enjoyed recording it, and I will see you guys in my next video. Mwah.